Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Turkish with me. We've just beaten PSV 4-0 at the Emirates, the first game in the Champions League. My friend just texted me actually. He said, I used to pray for times like this. And it reminded me of when we left White Hart Lane last season, Turkish. What a win, man.
Yeah, man. It's the best way to re-enter the Champions League. Send a little message, but it is only PSV, so we should be doing that to them. I felt the same last season in the Europa League. We should have done this to them, but it is what it is. We're in Champions League now, and we returned on fire. All four of our attack getting on the score sheet.
Anything that suggests why Arsenal, got a 4-0 result here? Because the Emirates has been not like it was today in past previous games. It's been a bit slow. We've conceded goals, but today clean sheet and just was at it.
Yeah, I mean, in Europe last season, we tended to rotate a hell of a lot. And there was a clear difference between the starting 11 in the Premier League and what we used to feature in the Europa League. So I think this was a welcome change. Being in Champions League, you can't rotate as much. That's important. But if you're comparing it to our home form this season in the league and us conceding goals, I just think the way Dutch teams play in general, they don't really set up to stifle what you do. They just come and try and do what they do.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of played into our hands. And the early goal really settled any nerves being back in the Champions League. It lifted the crowd. Not that the crowd needed lifting.
Yeah.
And we just emphatically got the job done. I was hoping for 5, but we'll take 4.
I was hoping for 5, but we'll take 4. Be honest with me though, now, because you're the one that when we saw the group, and you're the one that said, I'm only really fearing City, Real Madrid, and that's really the two. And when you saw
Bayern.
and Bayern, sorry, obviously they won against United today as well. Were you, I don't know if you expected a 4-0, but were you thinking this was always going to be comfortable? Because I certainly wasn't, but were you thinking that from the beginning, or do you expect some of these games to be a bit more sticky than what we saw today?
It could have been a lot stickier than I saw today, but I was confident that we'll get the job done. At the end of the day, PSV are a good team. But we went toe-to-toe with City for 90% of last season. Yeah. Yes, we tripped over at the end or stumbled, choked, bottled, whatever. But we went toe-to-toe with the best team in Europe last season in the domestic league, where in a domestic league over 38 games, the table doesn't lie. Yeah. So for me, it was just bringing that form into the Champions League, into the European format. And we did just that. I mean, I said 3-1. Only reason I gave PSV 1 was because we tend to concede at home. Fair. So I said 3-1, but I could see a 3-0 as well. In the end, it turned out to be 4. Job done.
Yeah, Noel, funny you, my friend. I had to get him because man was talking a lot of stuff.
You're going to the stadium after, yeah. He's going to be there, he said.
Hope to see him. Let me finish up by kind of asking around, what's going to happen Sunday, because off the back of this, do you expect rotation? Do you think Arsenal is going to be will it be a similar game, or do you think it's going to be a completely different? Tottenham going to offer a bit more competition than what we saw today when they come to the Emirates on Sunday?
I don't know much about Postecoglou, but what I've seen of him so far this season, I don't know if he's a manager to set up to stifle you as well. I think he's going to go for it, which might be foolish at Emirates, North London derby. I'm sure he's also looked at their record at the Emirates, so maybe he will go with maybe a more of a low block or defensive unit first mindset. But in all reality, again, I'm looking for a win. Like, we've hopefully moved past that era where Tottenham were finishing above us or it was all close. For me, Tottenham are in a new transition now, new manager, no Harry Kane. Yeah. We should be wiping the floor with them. We did it at the Emirates year after year, even during some of the most mudded times I've seen it as an Arsenal fan.
Agreed.
So why shouldn't we be confident about it this Sunday?
100%. Last thing, 4 goals. What was your standout? I'm going to ask everyone this today. Who's your favourite?
Jesus, probably.
Yeah?
Jesus. Okay. Because even before that goal, he had a couple moments that was like, he spun a couple man, he cut in, chopped it, couple players, and then that ball in, one touch, spinning back into him, buried it. And we said it, sometimes he misses the easy ones, but with the difficult ones, he tends to not think too much and get the job done. All goals were actually quite good, though.
Nice goals.
Odegaard's one at the end, the extra touch. Saka's one, quality. Good goal. Trossard, first time finish. Yeah. So all of the goals were quality, but for me, Jesus' one stands out.